It is Monday, and that means it is time for the real estate show where we talk about everything to do with real estate investing. And today, I want to share probably one of the most important things that you need to be successful investing in real estate, and that is your team. Because real estate investing is not a one-man show, it's not a one-woman show, it's not a one person show. It is a team sport. And this is one of the big lessons I learned from when I first started investing in real estate, doing the small single family stuff. I didn't really understand. I didn't recognize how powerful having a team was. I thought that, hey, real estate investing, you buy a couple houses, you pay them off, you do everything yourself, you look after the tenants, very mom and pop-ish. That's not how you scale. That's not how you build a real, like a solid portfolio, a sizable portfolio. It's not scalable. So you need a team. And so I went through this learning curve as I learned more and more and more about investing in real estate at a really high level. And it always came back to the team. So today I'm going to break down what I feel are the three most important reasons why you need a team and how they actually impact, and plus who you need on your team to help you be successful, right? Because why do you even need a team in the first place? Let's say you're starting out investing, right? You don't really have much of a track record. You're trying to get traction. Well, you're going to have to find deal flow, and you're going to have to find investors, right? You got your deal flow funnel and your capital raising funnel. Those two funnels you're going to be working forever ad nauseum. If you want to get deals, if you start approaching brokers who control the majority of the listings, if you start approaching brokers and say, hey, listen, I'm brand new, I'm on my own, I don't have a lot of experience. Hey, can you give me all your best listings that you're going to take to your all-star buyers? It's not going to get you anywhere, right? Because they already have a relationship with all of those other buyers. Those other buyers in their inner circle, they've proven that they can close. They've proven they got the money. They won't mess around. So the broker knows that, hey, when they have a really solid pocket listing, they can trust that they'll take it to that one buyer. And like, if it's a fit, the guy's going to act on it and close, right? Because at the end of the day, real estate brokers, they don't get paid to show properties. They don't get paid to have conversations. They get paid to close deals. So they want to make sure that, hey, if a deal gets written on paper, it's actually going to make it across the finish line and end up with funds being wired to the other parties, and everything closes just fine with no issues. That's what the broker wants, and actually that's what the seller wants too. Because we actually just picked up a deal in Tampa, or well, it's St. Pete, but we just picked up a deal in that area, and that deal fell apart 2 times before. We competed for that deal. Somebody else paid more. That deal fell apart because of they couldn't raise the money. And then somebody else picked it up. That deal fell apart because they couldn't get the financing. And then we were able to use our methods to get the deal lined up for the 3rd time, and we closed. So that seller would have preferred somebody who closed in the first place, because that's what they care about. So if you're approaching a broker trying to get some traction in terms of listings, and you're all by yourself and you don't have a track record, why would the broker even give you the time of day? And that's what happens a lot. Hey, you get on the phone. Hey, I'm new. Like, can you help me? No, like you're not a qualified buyer for that broker. So this is why a team will help you. If you build a team, like I'm going to show you how to do, if you build a team and you approach that broker, now you're going to come from a different frame, right? Before you go, hey, I'm new, I'm by myself, like, can you help me out? No, they don't have time for that. But if you're approaching the broker and say, hey, listen, I represent a group who's got X amount of track record, X amount of years of experience. We've collectively done X number of units in this space, or X number of dollar volume, whatever it is, and we're interested in entering this market. We just wanted to have a preliminary conversation to see if things might be a good fit for us in terms of working together. Perfect. Way different frame. You've gone from, hey, by yourself on your lonesome to somebody new to, hey, I now represent a group, right? Which is true. You've built your team out and now you can leverage their track record, right? Because that's the first thing that a team can help you do. So let me get this out here. So they're going to give you credibility and then track record. They're going to, like, so now if you get people on your team, so let's say for instance that you're brand new or you're newer in the space. The bank, the lender is going to want somebody who knows what they're doing on the deal anyway. And you want somebody who knows what they're doing on the deal, right? Because beginners make a lot of mistakes. So what are you going to do? You're going to find a property manager who is very experienced in not only that market, but that asset class. So talking about apartment buildings, sometimes there's property managers who do a really, really good job with the Class C product, but you're not going to have them manage your Class A product. Very different skill set, very different tenants that they're working with, right? Vice versa, you wouldn't have a Class A property manager who does their bread and butter in Class A manage a Class C asset. It doesn't make sense, right? It's not apples to apples, right? It's like apples to pears. Maybe a bruised pear if it's in that C- category, right? So that's it. You need to find somebody who's a fit. But once you do, now you go to the lender saying, "Hey, listen, I'm new. I've got this is my other outside experience in business that is somewhat applicable. But hey, listen, property manager who's on this deal manages 10,000 units in the area. They know this area like the back of their hand. They know exactly what they're doing." Perfect. That satisfies that requirement. Okay. So that's the credibility and the track record portion. Like you want to build this out, but it's going to give you such a head start if you build your team first. And we actually had somebody in the Apartment Accelerator program where they built out their team and then they approached the property manager, right, to come onto their team. And the property manager, we've got like the screenshot from it. The property manager was floored, flabbergasted. They said, "Oh, this is amazing. I'm so glad that you're doing it this way. Nobody ever does it this way. Everybody calls this after they bought the property. You're 100% doing things the right way. Like, this is amazing." Perfect, right? Because now what happens? When you're doing your due diligence, when you're walking the property, so let's say you're interested in a property, you want to walk it, right? If you're just by yourself, you're going to have to look at it, you're just seeing things through your eyes. When you have a team, now your team will support you as you do due diligence. So what does that look like? You're going to bring out your property manager. Now, why would you want your property manager to tour a property with you that you're looking at buying? Well, if they manage a lot of units in the area, they're going to give you a lot of really good feedback. So for us, when we're touring property, we bring out management and they can say, "Hey, listen, actually, this unit is just like the units we did down the street. And we did this and this and this. If we did it differently, we would do it this way now. And when this property did it this way, they ran into these issues, but this is what they were getting, blah, 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 blah." You wouldn't know that if you're just walking through on your own. So now you get the management perspective. Or, "Hey, these are the units. This is what we want to do. Oh yeah, like we've done like 1,000 units like this. You want to do it this way. Watch out for this one here because you think it's easy, but then what we found in every single unit is this," right? Perfect. You're getting that firsthand information and you're getting way more info than what even the broker's going to give you, right? Because now you're dealing with the people who are managing and running these properties, not just selling them. What else do you need? Well, you're going to have your insurance guy. So we work in Florida, right? So we make sure the insurance guy comes in. So the insurance guy is going to look at the property through an insurance lens. Hey, is this compliant? Like, how can we lower your insurance costs? What kind of building materials are being built. They're going to look at from just an insurance standpoint, and you're going to get a whole bunch of feedback about the property through a different lens. So you're looking at the lens through your eyes. You got the property manager looking at it through their eyes. Then you got the insurance guy looking at it through their eyes. Now you have more people, and it's the same property, but people are viewing it in a very different way, which is extremely valuable because when you go back into your underwriting, so we've talked before on previous sessions or episodes about the underwriting process and how you're going to analyze properties. Well, now you have way more quality information, and the better information you put in the front, the better your information you're going to get out the back, right? At the end with your model. So you need to have these people come through with you and help you. And then also, third reason I want to highlight before we move on here is deals. You want to build a team because your team is going to be able to give you a heads up on deals. For instance, your property manager on your team, they know who's selling, who's thinking about selling, who's in trouble, all of that type of stuff. Like when you ask them, hey, like, do you know anybody thinking of selling in the next little bit? Oh, actually, yeah, like here, let me connect you guys. Perfect. You get a heads up. Or, hey, you're looking at this property. Oh, actually, I heard the property down the street. They're looking at selling too. They haven't told anybody, but they're considering it. Oh, perfect. Well, now we can give them a call and kind of see what's up there. The lawyer on your team. So in a second, I'm going to break down exactly who you want on your team. But the lawyer on your team, perfect. They may have clients who are in a sticky situation, and they may approach you because they know you're credible, you've built a team, all that type of stuff. Hey, listen, so-and-so, I've asked for permission. They gave me the okay to reach out to you guys. You're in this type of asset class, you're hunting in this area. This might be a fit for us, right? Because, they've got this situation. There was one situation with us where, there were 3 assets that were distressed, and we got a heads up on that before literally anybody else did. Because of the lawyer, right? The lawyer gave us a heads up. So that's definitely who you want on your team as well. So the credibility and track record, huge, especially when you first starting out, or if you're moving to a new area, you need that local presence, that local track record and credibility. Then you got due diligence and support. Rely on your team to support you. They're going to help you so much in terms of just seeing things differently, guiding you through the whole process. And it's not just through due diligence, it's supporting you throughout the entire process. Even with contractors, right? So your property manager, they deal with all the contractors. They know who's reliable, who's not. They know who's going to overcharge you. They know who's going to be too cheap and then not finish the job. They know all that type of stuff. So you can really rely on the property manager to be like, hey, listen, we need to do this work. Who's the right guy to call for this? Right. And they'll be like, okay, well, we've had experience with all of these contractors. Honestly, the best guy we've ever dealt with was this, like on time, blah, 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 blah. Great. Now you know who to go to because they're dealing with it all the time. The whole purpose of the team is to compress timelines and avoid mistakes. If you had to learn everything from scratch, then it's not going to, like, you're just making way more expensive mistakes and you're extending your timeline. You build a team, a solid team around you, like we show you how to do, right? You're just way farther ahead than you would be on your own. Huge. So who do you need on your team? This may vary a little bit, but generally speaking, this is who you want. So to start off, you're going to want a good property manager. Let me erase it. Property manager. Unless you're vertically integrated, but we're not having this conversation if you're vertically integrated because you've already got this done. But with your property manager, this is somebody who's going to be managing the asset for you. They know the area. They're going to be experienced. They're going to be managing your asset type. You want to find a property manager. Now, with everybody in Apartment Accelerator, we literally give you, we follow a very specific interview process to build out your team. We literally give you the questions to ask, how to do this, how to whittle it down, because like we're interviewing. We're not just going to hire the first person we talk to. We have a whole interview process we go through just to make sure you're getting the right people on your team. Property manager, huge. And then you're going to need Then you're going to need a few lawyers, depending on what you're doing. So number one, you're going to need a securities lawyer who's going to help you. So if you're, raising money from other investors, that type of thing, you need a securities lawyer. They're going to prepare all the documentation for you. They're going to keep you compliant. They're going to help you look at advertising, but you want somebody who understands real estate and the type of structure you're using. So maybe you're launching a fund. Great. You need a lawyer who understands funds. Maybe you're syndicating. You need that. Maybe you're doing joint venture, like JV partnerships. Hey, well, you need a lawyer who actually understands that. Then you're going to need your actual, your real estate lawyer who's going to handle all your closing, all that documentation. It's going to be a different guy, but you're going to have that as well. You want them on your team. And again, you want somebody who understands real estate. And what you want to avoid, and we get this all the time with our students I go through, what you want to avoid is, hiring a lawyer or a professional where there's like, oh yeah, like I can help you out with that. Like I've done a couple deals before like this. No. You want somebody who's in the game. Because what happens is when you got somebody in the game, they're doing it all the time. They've got their pulse on the market in terms of, hey, where people are getting into trouble now, the sticking points, and they can say, oh yeah, like, the past couple months, we've had these couple issues pop up. So now we've actually changed how we're doing things and we're setting people up this way. Perfect. If you get somebody who does 1 or 2 deals a year, you're not going to get that level of expertise and that real-time knowledge, right? That real-time iron in the fire type of thing. Then you need an accountant. So with us, you're going like with us, obviously I'm Canadian with CPI, the partners are Canadian, but we invest in US real estate. So what we need is cross-border for us, for all the structuring. We pay a lot of money for cross-border. And then you're going to need your actual accountant who handles the books and all the filings and stuff for the actual property. That's what you need there. But you want a solid accountant, again, who understands real estate. Because there is a difference. Like you've got your regular, just run-of-the-mill accountant, which is great for filing your regular taxes if you're like working a W-2 job, whatever it is. But then, once we get into, sophisticated real estate structuring, we've got, cost segregation studies, depreciation. Do they know what to do? Yes or no? Like if the answer is not sure, they're not the right fit. And this is why we go through a very specific interview process to make sure that we've got the right people in place for that. So you've got your accountant. And then you're going to have your insurance guy. And they're invaluable for taking a look at the asset. So these are the main ones you have on your team. Now you're going to break down your other team members as you need them, right? But you want to have your insurance guy, very experienced in the space, property manager, very, very, very experienced in the space. You've got your lawyer experience in the space, your accountant experience in the space. And now you can use that and build your team and your track record. So your property manager, maybe they manage like 10,000 doors. Perfect. Well, that's going to help you out. Maybe your securities lawyer has helped with over like $5 billion in private equity. Perfect. Put that on what we call a break sheet. Your accountant, hey, maybe they've done X amount of this. Maybe your insurance person has been in the business for 20 years in that specific asset class. Perfect. Like that's what you need, right? Because now you put all these people together. Now you've got a group that you're going to take rather than just you on your lonesome and it doesn't really go anywhere. Okay, so that's exactly how you're going to start building your team. Now, if you're interested, we've got the Apartment Accelerator. Just go to theapartmentaccelerator.com if you want to learn more about how we can help you with that. But we've got all this stuff systematized. We literally give you exactly what to do. All right, so hope this was helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next Monday for the real estate show.